Hello, happy week 33. Quickly, I forget. Yes, week 33. Welcome back. My name is Stacy, and this is Reads of an Apple, and I am here to start my weekly vlog. If you have not watched my weekly vlogs, this is where I just kind of touch base on what is going on in my life during the week. I do talk a little bit about what I'm reading, but I try to leave most of my bookish content and really go into depth in my books for my book only videos. But I do this to just kind of touch base on what's going on reading wise, and I have a daily calendar that we play, so I will touch base on that later when we go over this weekend's thing. But today was different, as you have already seen. Earlier today, I'm filming this Sunday evening. I went over to my brother's house this morning before I had my fated friend hang out, and we were gonna play a couple games, but I ended up leaving late, and then it took us a while, but we played Marvel Champions. This is the second time that we've played it. The first time was just me and my brother, but he was just like, let's do Ultron. And I'm like, Ultron's the third level of bad guys in here, but sure, let's try it. Oh my gosh, we got our butts whipped so freaking hard. So hard. I'm just like, oh my god. I was like, we should have stuck with Rhino. But because we're still, like, I've picked it up and a lot of it is explained in the cards you have in your own deck. But some of the, like, way to think out the mechanics and what you kind of have planned to do, Ultron has a lot going on, and I feel like Rhino's a little bit more simpler to get the hang of, just so you can understand how you kind of need to pace your resources and things like that. But I don't care. It was super fun. I have a couple of the expansions. I definitely want them all because I'm a collector, but I also love Marvel. I played as Captain Marvel. My brother's girlfriend Sarah played as Spider-Man, and then my brother played as Iron Man, which was lucky because one of Ultron's mechanics is all these little drones that pop out, and he has the ally War Machine, so Rhodey, and he like can do like a bunch of mass damage when he takes damage on himself. And so like he was able to like get the drones, the little minion drones, out every time, which was super fun. But then my brother had to reshuffle and Rhodey wasn't there, and then Rhodey ended up being used as one of the minion drones because it's just you pull the top face, like you take the card off the top of your deck and put it face down, and that's your minion drone. And Rhodey ended up being one of those drones, and so we didn't have a way. I died first, but because I put myself in the line of fire for my brother because I knew he had more options. But we didn't actually play till we all died, but we got through our turn and we knew Ultron was gonna kill us, and my brother and his girlfriend didn't really have any cards to help prolong it another round for both of them. So we were like, yeah, no, we died. We're just gonna leave it here and not actually play out any more deaths outside of mine. So, but I had fun. It's been a little bit since we played board games, but I figured I would film some to show you guys since I don't get odd or different B-roll clip too often. But I'm hoping whatever space I end up moving to, I will have more space to play some solo player games, because I do have some games that have slower like options to do solo player, or like I can play as two characters like in Gloomhaven and like big games like that. I've done like Journeys Through Middle Earth, which is a Lord of the Rings tile game. That was super fun, and I played that by myself, and I ran I think 3 characters when I did that. But I just don't have quite the space that I want. Like, I could use my coffee table, but it would be like everything's really cramped. So I'm hoping I can find a place where I can get my like full-size dining table out of storage. But I don't know. And on that note, I keep getting freaking spam people, and it's so frustrating, but the search is still on. the search is still on. What else do I have to talk about? So that was the clip. We were playing Marvel Champions. If you don't know about it, I'll pop down their website. It's by Fantasy Flight Games. And I do plan on getting, they have a bunch of like card cases that like you can, like they have the logos of the different characters on the back. So I would eventually like to get their designated card cases. And then there's also on Board Game Geek, one of the fan-made files is like separators, so you can organize them and have like all of your like character decks and villain decks like pre-made and set out. And that is something I eventually would really like to have set up as well, because you can also play Marvel Champions solo, so that would also be super fun and a lot easier for setup. But besides that, I did finish this weekend. I ended up joining sprints on Rachel Reads and Sings on Saturday and finished Whispers on the Wind. I had started this Friday after not picking it up for a couple days in a row, and I'm gonna give this 5 stars. It's not a perfect book for sure. The mystery in it was a little predictable, but that doesn't bother me quite as much because I read this for the romance and not the mystery. If you have not heard of this, I know her Highlander books are very popular, but this is set in 1808 and it is about Billy. Her full name is Belinda. She's an American, and she somehow inherits through her stepfather an estate, the Radbourne estate in London. And when she arrives, the ghost of the former Earl Max, she calls him Max, but he went by Maximilian. His ghost is inhabiting the manor, and it also is kind of love triangle-y with her because she is also falling for the local vicar. And I mentioned in last week's vlog some things, and they're kind of spoilery, so I don't want to mention them again in case you have not seen it, but if you want to know, definitely check it out. But I enjoyed this. I couldn't not give it 5 stars. It was just so fun. It was just so different. And this was published in 1997, and there wasn't really much, like, to me, I didn't really see anything problematic. I can see how some things might be seen as problematic to other people, but I didn't feel that way, and it didn't give me the same cozy vibes that like her Highlanders give me, but I still really, really enjoyed this. So definitely look at picking this up, especially if you're looking for like a ghost prompt or something and you don't want to read a normal paranormal. This is a great option. I really love this. 5 stars. This is one of my favorite Donna Fletchers so far, for sure. I loved it. But this covered Ghost for the Rip Bodice Summer Bingo. So I only have 1 prompt left, and that is Amnesia. So I'm hoping to pick that up hopefully sometime this week. But I'll wait until I actually do that. And then for the second bingo board of Summer of Swoon, I ended up using this to cover photo cover because it is, I mean, it's obviously been photoshopped so he can seem partially see-through, but I used it for photo cover because in case I end up picking up a lot more like illustrated covers. A lot of the books I have on my TBR are illustrated or work better for other prompts for photo. So I figured I'd use this one to cover that one instead of potentially ruining my plans for the rest of the month. So there's that. And that is the 12th book of that. So I am almost halfway through the second bingo board. So I have some reading to do to finish it for this month. But I'm not too worried on getting it done, but we will see what happens. The book that I picked up last night, I'm not very far. I didn't get the chance to read much this morning because I was at my brother's. And then when I got home, I needed to prep. I made breakfast muffins this week, and I did egg muffins, so they're like scrambled egg, like little tiny mini quiches, but you make them in like muffin cups. I like to do scrambled eggs, and then I do enough milk to make it a good proportion for what I like my scrambled eggs at. And then I did ground sausage, and then I had some frozen onions and red and green bell peppers, so I added those, and then a little bit of sharp cheddar cheese, and then filled the muffin cup like 3/4 full of scrambled eggs. And I do, in my eggs, I add some milk, I had eggs, and then I do salt, pepper, and then I have a chipotle chili pepper that I like to just add a little touch of to give it a kick. And I love making those because you can put them in a muffin cup. They cook for like 12 to 15 minutes at 350. I love them. They are so easy to make. And what I do is I will put like whatever I have for Monday, I will set them in a Tupperware in the fridge, and then I will let the other ones cool and stick them in the freezer, and then I can pull them out either the night before and put them in the fridge to defrost, and then you just have to zap them for like 30 seconds in the microwave because you don't want to overcook them, or you can just zap them for like a minute straight out of the freezer, and they're super easy. They've got good protein, good flavor, and you don't have to spend time scrambling eggs. Not that it takes that long, but it takes a lot less. And they're super easy, and they're super fun to make because you can do whatever. So I made those, and then I made my boss's birthday cake. I found this is going up after her birthday, so I will tell you, I made a grapefruit pound cake that I found a recipe for a while ago that I've been saving for her birthday. I'm very, very excited for it. I got some fresh grapefruit, so I juiced that this morning, and then I made like a little grapefruit glaze and then topped it with some grapefruit zest. So it's not, hopefully it won't be too super sweet. With a pound cake, it's a little more dense. I didn't do it in a loaf pan though. I did it in a smaller casserole dish. So it's a little skinnier and flatter, but I'm hoping it tastes good. I am excited. Her birthday's not till Thursday, but I figured I'd make it now because I had a little bit of extra time. And I need to finish her birthday present, and I need to finish it before Wednesday so then I can stop and get a frame for it. Or I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to frame it or not. Maybe I will just give it to her and say, I will get you a frame if you want it framed. Otherwise, you can just display it in a different way. So, but I think I want to frame it. I think that'll help make it look nicer. I don't know. We'll see what I decide to do, but I will show you once it's done, because at the very least, this will go up after she receives it. And then you will know what I've been working on for the past few weeks. But otherwise, that is all I have today. So let's talk about the calendar. So I am playing the Quest calendar. The theme for 2022 is the Gates of Terralon. This is a daily calendar that's based off of role-playing tabletop games like Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, that kind of a thing. We have been tasked by a world watcher that when the gate to the world where demons preside broke, shards of the gate went into each of the worlds, and we have been tasked to going world to world to pick up these different shards so we can reassemble the gate to the demon world and basically prevent the universe from imploding, is kind of the gist that I've been understanding. So we are almost halfway through. We're over halfway through. What am I thinking? We're already in August, but we've been traveling from world to world. We are currently in like a shadow dark world, which is super fun. And then we are playing as Savani Moonchaser. She is a monk class and her race is feline, so she is like a cat person, which is super duper fun. But let's go over what happened. So last week when we landed in this shadow world, we were captured by some dark witches and then put on a stake, and we managed to get free. And then we fought this witch. We did defeat her. We did kill her. So let us see what happens starting this weekend, and we will play every day this week. Oh, we are traveling. And just to let you know, Saturdays and Sundays are combined on one sheet. So we only have to do 6 pages a week, but it's super fun. And I hope you have fun doing this with me. So we are traveling. So here's our map. Let's see here. To the town of Mortum. So since it's the beginning of a new vlog, I'll go over my little blurb here. So any type of script font like this will be like our story. So this I'll usually will read this first, and then anything that's in this like block font, usually it's in a square. This is the mechanics of what we are doing. And then when it'll tell us like what kind of roles we have or anything like that, sometimes there is more information, and that is on the back of the previous day's page, as well as the results based on whatever we roll or however we deal with the situation. So that keeps us from kind of being spoiled moving forward. Okay, so we are in the Dead Woods, and we need to get to Mortum. So we are over here. So there is a north, a south, and a middle route. So the south route is a lot longer, but I almost feel like if we go up kind of along the ridge of the mountains, like in the foothills, we might find better areas to hide, because this looks like it might be a desert or a plains type area. So I'm going to go up north because that might have a better way for us to keep from getting found out in this world. So we're going to take the northern route. And then so in the descriptions in the bottom, it is travel the northern route, B is travel the direct route, and C is travel the southern route. All of these are a wisdom roll. And then reminder, survivalist, map and compass, and mount. So we are going to take A, the northern route. So we will look here. You choose to take an indirect route and head northward, where you run into a small river flowing into a lake. Cool. Okay, so I will get out my dice. So we have a d20. Our wisdom is a +3. We do have the map and compass, so that will give us another +2. And then we do have a mount, so that will give us a +4. So a grand total of +6, and then our wisdom, which is a +3. So +9 to whatever we roll. And I did get the set of mini dice that came with the game, so I have a little mini 7 dice set here, and this is what I've been mainly using with this set. So that is a 12, and we are at 9 +9, so we are at 21. Okay, if the result is 11 or more, once you get closer to the river and lake, you sense that it is not safe to be around. Something has corrupted the water. Is it even really water anymore? Interesting. Huh. That's cool. Alrighty. So we don't have to use any rations or anything like that. So we will see if we, tomorrow on Monday, we end up making it to the city. We may or may not have an encounter before we meet the city, but we are at least traveling there okay. And we were not poisoned by the weird water, and we are a-okay. So that is all I have for you. It's been a fairly busy weekend, but it is Sunday, so I'm going to watch Big Brother and fold my laundry, and I will let you all know tomorrow where I'm at in my reading and quest calendar then. But otherwise, I hope you all have a great Monday, and I will see you all very soon. Hello, happy Monday. I'm in a different spot. I just finished filming my Apple book tag, so check it out up here. I am excited. I haven't done a book tag in a while, so I am happy to finally film another one and answer some questions and pull some books off my shelves, although now I have to put them all back, but that is fine. That is okay. But I don't really have any reading news. I didn't pick up much of Proof by Seduction, so I have to read as much as I can tonight and tomorrow night. And I have not worked on as much on my boss's birthday present as I should have, so I am just like feeling frazzled in all things. But that's okay. That's okay. I have time. I'll get it done. We're okay. That's why I started her present early. I just wanted it to be done more in advance than like a few days before her birthday. But it's fine. I can handle it. But quest calendar. So yesterday we took the northern route up to Mortem. And we should be in the city now, or near the city. So let's see what happens today. Oh, okay. So we are officially in Mortem. So usually we should get a chance to explore the city. Come on, focus. I love it. It's like all dark and creepy. And I'm a lot closer to the calendar, or to the camera suddenly. Okay, so let's visit locations. Oh, I guess I should read the description, shouldn't I? The sun still has not risen. It may never in this world. The town appears empty and lifeless. Visit the places in the city and converse with the people. Okay, so first off is fountain in the center of town. This is the only place for fresh water you have seen so far in this world. You spot others taking water, and so you choose to take a drink as well. It tastes different. It is water, and it isn't poisoned or anything. It just seems to lack the refreshing feeling you needed to quench your thirst. Ooh, I don't think I can handle that. Okay, so the Haunted Hostel. This is the only place to sleep safely. Pay 4 gold if you would like to take a rest. We do have a little bit of hit point damage, but it's not very much, so I can use a health potion if I need to, once it hits like where I'm comfortable with using a health potion. So I'm not going to worry about resting, because that's the only thing that we really would need. Okay, the Mess Hall of Misery. Inside this dreadful place, a line of dreary-looking people slowly make their way up to a counter where they are served a heap of slop on a plate before taking it back to a table to eat in quiet. You ask the person at the counter if you can purchase some supplies. They have a few things available: meal rations, health potions, and greater health potions. I think we're okay for now. We still have a few meal rations, and I'm not super worried about it. So we will hold off on buying anything. Ooh, Agnes the Psychic and Fortune Teller. A sign advertising a psychic points down a small alley. It reads, "Need help crossing over? See Agnes, the greatest medium in Mortem." Excuse me. I can help you contact the living or the dead. You spot someone leaving the alley. They are carrying a small photo and are crying uncontrollably. All right. Carries combat supplies. An older dwarf eyes you suspiciously as you look through his shop and never looks away. So he has holy water, antidote, dragon's fire, and combat tonic. I'm not interested in having any of this, so we're okay. And then Castle Sang. A tall and dark castle looms over the town in the distance. You are sure this is where the gate shard will be found. That's fun. So it looks like the castle is up here. And then here's the fountain. Super fun. I'm excited to head to the castle and see what we can find and explore Mortem. This is a creepy place. This is a darker place, but I just love exploring new worlds. So I'm very excited to see what happens here outside of fighting like dark witches. But otherwise, that is all I have for you today. So super quick update. I'm just making sure I don't have anything sitting around me that I wanted to tell you, so I do not. So I will see you all tomorrow, and I hope you have a good Tuesday. I'll see you soon. Happy Tuesday. Boy, it has been an odd day. In happier news, my roommate moved out today, so I have the house to myself for the next couple weeks, which will be nice, and I will finally get some good sleep, and he won't constantly be waking me up every night. I'm excited to catch up on sleep and just have the house be like normal. One bad thing though is he took the internet. He took the router and the modem, even though it's set to go through the end of the month. So texted him, he never responded, but I got a hold of his mom and she was just like, oh, sorry, that was a misunderstanding. So they're supposed to bring it back tomorrow, which is fine. I can go a night without internet. It's just I wanted to get my book tag that I filmed yesterday uploaded tonight, but I'll just take it up. I'll just take it into work tomorrow and upload it in the background so it can go up with enough time to spare in case there are any issues. And I'm sorry, I'm super sweaty. It has been so freaking humid today and I just can't handle it. I felt like bugs are crawling over me all day just because like my body is trying to expel the excess humidity in the air. I don't know. It's just, I'm not used to humidity and it sucks. But yeah, I did not read anything of Proof by Seduction last night. So that is my plan for tonight. I am going to finish that tonight. And then if it's still not quite where I wanted to go to bed, I will then work on my boss's birthday present for the rest of the night until my bedtime, quote unquote. I was like, holy crap. I totally spaced that Rake Appreciation was on Wednesday and not Saturday. Oh my gosh, there are so many flies in the house. I don't know if he had like something weird and funky and there were flies in his rooms that are now like flying around the house, or if they had the door open and now there's a bunch of flies in the house. But there's been like 10 flies since I got home. Most of them were hanging out in the kitchen, but now there's one in my freaking bedroom and they're like the big, ugly, loud buzzer ones. Ugh. All right, whatever. I got distracted, but yeah, so I'm gonna read Proof by Seduction tonight because I have to finish it. So yeah, that's all the important stuff I have for you. So yesterday we were traveling around Morton and learning more about the city, and we're able to go to a couple different places. So let's see what today is. Oh, that's right, the job board. There's usually a job board, so we can try to earn some more money. Look at that. Wanted. Some sort of witch is wanted. Dead or alive. Okay. A job board is in this town for those in need. Perhaps you can help these people. All right, so there's an entertainer needed. Help find my dolly and remove a malevolent spirit. So let's look at the descriptions on the back and we will see what's going on. So first off is entertainer needed. This is going to be a charisma based role. You arrive at a large mansion in the higher class part of town. Servants welcome you inside and show you to a ballroom where you can perform once the dinner party lets out. The guests arrive and take a seat. Everyone is oddly quiet and eyeing you hungrily. Okay, if your virtue is 5 or more, gain a +2 bonus to the following role. So we will perform. Sometimes the descriptions give you more information if you actually want to do the job or not. But this one was like, nope, we're going for it. So we're going for it. My charisma is a +1. And because our virtue is a +8, we get a +2. So we have a total of +3 to whatever we roll. I will get my little D20 out. Ta-da. Alrighty. Let's see. Ooh, 18. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Okay, if the result is 15 or more, you end your performance and the audience slowly claps. However, their faces show no amusement. A few people converse in the back of the room for a moment before you are approached. Weird. And told, "You've done well. We are impressed and would love to have you back another night." You are handed 10 gold and allowed to leave. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna look at if we failed the roll. Oh my gosh. They would have tried to eat us for dinner. We would have had to escape had we not passed that roll. Oh my gosh. That is crazy. So we get 10 gold and we are allowed to leave. All right. So help find my dolly. This is an intellect roll, reminder investigator. Our intellect is a 0. So you find a young girl who seems upset. Will you help me find my dolly? He keeps running away. Okay, so intellect. So we are just at whatever we roll. And that is a 14. If the result is 12 or more, you discover that the poor girl's doll keeps going missing because it is possessed by a spirit. You find it wandering the streets. You try to undo the magic binding the spirit to the doll. This is a wisdom roll, reminder arcane adept, and our wisdom is a +3. And that is a 13, so 16. If the result is 11 or more, you are successful and return the poor girl's doll. You assure her it will never run away again. She gives you 2 gold. She didn't have to give us 2 gold. I was just trying to help the girl Okay. All right. And then the last one, remove a malevolent spirit. This is a constitution roll, reminder arcane adept once again. You are taken to a horse-drawn carriage. The man is having trouble as the carriage is haunted and will inexplicably run amok while he is transporting people. It is bad for business. While investigating the interior of the carriage, it takes off. You are locked inside and tossed around while at the mercy of the ride. All right, so our con is a 0, and that is a 16. Ooh, if the result is 14 or more, so we passed it. You endure through the constant motion of the ride and are able to perform the magic to coax the spirit to leave. The driver pays you 6 gold. Nice. We successfully completed all of these jobs and have earned 18 gold. So I will get that marked on my sheet. And we are officially back at 100 gold pieces, so I cannot wait to do some more shopping when we get to upgrade things later. And we will save it until we can do that. But otherwise, that is all I have for you tonight. So another quick update. And I will see you all tomorrow. We're almost to hump day. Hello, happy hump day. It is Wednesday. And I have some updates. So last night I did finally finish Proof by Seduction by Courtney Milan. I'm going to give this 3 stars. I struggled a little bit connecting with this one. I just wasn't, drawn into the book. And I found myself at like the 53%, just starting to kind of skim paragraphs. So it just didn't quite hit all the marks that I want in a historical romance. Plus, on top of it, it's a class difference trope where the woman is the lower class. And I struggle with the class difference trope, even more so when it's the woman that's below. Unless it's Lisa Kleypas, because Lisa Kleypas, but... So 3 stars. Oh my gosh, I'm itchy. I use this for new to you series, I think. Let me look at my list. Yes, new to you series for Summer of Swoon Board 2. This book has slowed me down. I'm still only at 13 books, but that's okay. What I picked up this morning while I ate breakfast was Her Unexpected Roommate by Jackie Lau. This is her 5th and final book in her Cider Bar Sisters series. I don't want it to be over, but funny enough, a newsletter went out today. I think it was today. It was either today or yesterday, where she was just kind of doing her, it's officially done. The Cider Bar Sisters series is complete. And then at the bottom, she did mention that she is planning on starting 2 new series next year. So it has shifted a little bit from what I heard earlier this year, but that is okay. So this is Rose's book. She has been the Cider Bar sister that I have been waiting for since I read the first book. And this is gonna be heavy. I trust Jackie Lau. I love the way that she writes about like mental health and mental issues and different situations of diversity and things like that. So I trust her. However, there is an author's note at the beginning, so I will touch base on this. I usually don't talk too much about books during my weekly vlog, but I do want to touch base on this because she has a very beautiful author's note in the beginning of the book. And going into this, I knew that Rose struggled with depression. That's why I was very excited for her book. As someone who has struggled with depression myself, I really wanted to see how Jackie Lau would handle it. We learned a little bit more of kind of what's going on really with her in the previous book. Because in the previous book, Sierra is roommates with Rose. Rose is also plus size, which is super fun. But then the author's note, Jackie Lau mentions that Rose's mother committed suicide 10 years prior. So there is going to be triggers talking about suicide, depression, and all of that. And I knew Jackie Lau lost her mother, but in the author's note, she explains that she lost her mother to suicide as well. And that this book will kind of, usually her books are more rom-com-y, but this one she is not classifying as a rom-com just because the heaviness of the situation. And the reason why this was the last book in the series is because she needed to feel ready to write this book. And she also mentioned something about how struggling with depression herself. I can't remember what age, but she was a teenager when she was diagnosed. She mentions this in the author note. This is all in the author's note. But she mentions that being someone who has struggled with depression themselves and watched her mother struggle with depression and then eventually commit suicide, the way that she dealt and handled with her grief was different than someone who maybe hasn't experienced depression, even more so because she was dealing with grief through depression about someone who had depression. So it's like all like Inception-y kind of stuff. But my mom struggled with depression. I was diagnosed when I was like 11 or 12 with depression. So that has been something that I struggle with. I have lost my mom. She did not commit suicide, but I have lost my mom. So I feel like this book is going to hit me deep and hit me hard. And let me tell you, we were 8% in. And Rose was having a one-night stand, and I was like, "Oh, we're just coming out swinging with the steam." But I love it. I love it. I love every book that I start with Jackie Lau. Like, even if I read the blurbs, I try not to read the blurbs, but I just love Jackie Lau, and I love her writing style, and I love her books, and I'm very excited to read this. This is her latest release. It came out earlier this month, so it has been sitting on my Kindle, burning a hole through it. And when I finished Approved by Seduction last night, I was like, I need something different, historical, because I wanted to pick up a historical book next. But I needed something different because I could tell I could get kind of slumpy, so I didn't want to accidentally get slumpy. So I figured I would pick up this because it's contemporary and it's a favorite author. So if anyone can pull me out of this, out of getting into a slump, Jackie Lau is one of the few people who can. So I'm very, very excited to read this. I just have to prepare myself. And at the end of her author's note, it's really sweet too. I should say that she mentioned something like, if this is something that would be triggering for you, it is fine to not read this book. And though she worded it better, but it was just very sweet. And I just love Jackie Lau. So there we go. I'm going to stop talking about it and let's do the quest calendar, because Rake Appreciation starts in 15 minutes. And I'm excited to see what other people thought about this book. And that was Proof by Seduction is what I read for that. So yesterday we did the job board in our new town. So let us see. I'm assuming we'll start heading to the castle that might possibly has the gate shard. It is. Haha. Gosh, this is so fun. I love it. Super cool. I love the shadowy mountains in the background. Oh, really? Okay, it is time to hunt down the gate shard in this realm. You head past the town towards the ominous castle looming over the city. Lights flicker inside. You hear a howling in the distance. There is a locked iron gate at the entrance. Next to the gate is a statue of an angel with its hands open to accept a gift. Perhaps the right offering will open the gate. Interesting. Okay, so we have 4 options. A is place something in the open hands of the angel. B is pick the lock, which is dexterity reminder locksmith. C is climb over the gate, roll a d20 plus strength reminder athlete. And D is smash the gate, roll damage. I'm going to place something in the hands. Okay. If you choose to draw your own blood to put into the hands of the angel statue, reduce your health by 1. Oh. Okay, I was expecting this to be a description. The gate opens for you. I don't know if that's what I would go with. So I'm going to go with option B, which is pick the lock. Actually, yeah, no, we'll try picking the lock first. So that's a dexterity roll. And we do not have locksmith. So our dex is a +6. I will get out my dice. +6. Okay, let us see. Alright, that is a 7, so 13. Oh, so if the result is 14 or less, so not too bad. Or not bad, not good enough. You cannot open the gate, try another option. Okay, so let's try climbing over. I don't want to destroy the gate if we don't have to. So, our strength is a +2. However, we do have athlete, which gives another +2. And then we also have, our strength is a our strength is a +2. It's a little smeared. So, I was like, is that a 2 or a 3? But it is a 2. And then our, I just lost his name. Our companion dude also has athlete. So I get a total of +6 once again to what I roll. Let us see. That is an 18 on the die. And we are climbing over. Okay, if the result is 15 or more, you are able to climb up and over the gate. So we made it inside. We can head to the castle. Alrighty, I'm going to get set up. I need to finish working on my boss's birthday present because her birthday is tomorrow. And I am cutting it closer than I like. But, you know, no matter how early I start making gifts for people, There's always something I end up having to do last minute that's not just wrapping, but it's fine. It's okay. It is what it is. It will be a long night for me. I gotta finish that. Tonight is Wednesday, so we've got Married at First Sight and Big Brother, so I'm super excited for that. But yeah, I will chat with you all tomorrow. I hope you have a good Thursday. Hello, happy Thursday. It is late. It is about 10:30, but I just got done watching Big Brother. Michael won the main HOH, but Terrence won the other HOH. But I'm super excited to see what this next week is like in Big Brother, because they have a super special twist that they've never done where the house is split. So there's going to be like 2 simultaneous weeks of Big Brother. Although they're keeping it to an hour time frame, as she said, at least for Sunday's episode. And they didn't show us who picked, but she said it's classic schoolyard pick, which I don't know, but I'm guessing Michael gets to go first since he won, and then Terrence was the runner-up. So, man, this is gonna be good. I'm excited. This is the most excited for a Big Brother week I've been in quite a while. But, so I just had to say that. I also got my fortune cookie soapbox of the month, so I will open it here. I'm so bad. I don't get on Facebook anymore, so I don't even know what it's supposed to be, but I figured while I open it here, I did finish late last night. I was up way too late. I did finish my boss's birthday present, and I'll pop it up here so you can see it. So this is done on plastic canvas. Let me wave my knife around. She's a big fan of like poppies, like her tulips are her favorite flower, but she has a lot of poppy artwork, and I've seen a long stitch poppy kit from the UK I've seen pictures of it on Pinterest for years, but it's from the UK, and long stitch is, as you can tell, all of the stitches are very long and they're kind of sectioned out by color. And I don't know, long stitch isn't as common as it was back in the day. It's kind of a vintage craft now, because like people will do plastic canvas, but they usually do the short diagonals, which I've done before. I enjoy plastic canvas for sure, but I just wanted a pattern because I have all this yarn. I didn't need to buy a kit. I just wanted a pattern. So now I can finally talk to you about it, because I didn't want to say anything because I know she watches my videos. But I was looking at cross stitch patterns that I could chunk out in colors and kind of convert into a long stitch pattern. But a lot of cross stitch patterns that I was looking at were more of cross stitch and embroidery patterns, so they had a lot of special stitches and half stitches and knots and extra that it was just going to be too much effort to try to convert the cross stitch patterns that I liked into long stitch patterns. So eventually what I ended up doing, it took a while to come to this, and it took lots of and this came from one of the, hey, here's some new pins you might like from Pinterest. But what I found was a free stained glass pattern, and I resized it to how big I wanted it to be. And then I'll pull them here, so if you do crafts you can see what I use. I used to use vis-a-vis markers because they're wet erase markers, but I found this. It doesn't say what brand, but they're just chalkboard markers. So this one is dual tip, but they come off in water, which is super nice. So when I do formed plastic canvas projects, I will use this or one of the wet erase markers, and I will trace it on the plastic canvas, and then when I cut it out, I can just go out, rinse the plastic canvas, and then let it dry for like 5 minutes, and then we're good to go. So I love, if you're not into plastic canvas and you want to get into plastic canvas and you're struggling figuring out how to do your things, chalkboard markers or wet erase markers are the key to cutting out when you're not doing full-sized projects. But instead, what I did this time is I traced the stained glass pattern on my sheet, and then I had it, and then it looks weird because it gets all pixelated on the plastic canvas itself. So then I had my sheet that I traced it from to kind of refer is when I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't know what this is. And then I'm like, oh, it's a half a leaf. And then I just picked three different reds that I thought kind of worked together, 3 different blues for the sky, and 3 different greens for the leaves and stems. And then I just did it willy-nilly, however I felt. And I offered my boss to frame it if she wanted a frame for it, but she liked it how it was, so I didn't worry about putting it in a frame before I gave it to her. But I'm very happy with how it turned out, and I'm definitely intrigued. It's funny because she told me it was like vintage looking, which is like long stitch is an older craft, but you can tell I'm a craft. If you did not know, you can tell I'm a crafter, and I love this is how I'm an artist. And I don't know, I had so much fun, and I have some long stitch patterns saved that I've found over the years, but I haven't done one. And of course I had to start with one that just threw me in the deep end and make my own pattern. But if you are interested in long stitch and you can't find a pattern that you want, definitely look at stained glass patterns, which are super cool. And because you can make them, they're easily sizable, because I mean, some people make like door length stained glass. And then I also saw a couple people use like blank coloring book pages for stained glass, if it's one that's also size adjustable. So that's, I don't know. I'm just like, I have so many crafting ideas. I don't know how long. I don't do plastic canvas too often anymore, but it was nice to just kind of sit down, and it was also kind of fun that I was able to trace it on here. So like a lot of times when I crochet, I got my crochet bag and my little knickknacks and then my pattern, and and you got everything. But this, I just had I have a little needle minder that it has a magnetic back and front, so it holds your needle minder. I'm sure you've seen me wearing it in some videos. It's a little bowl with a bunch of cats on it, and I just stick that on my shirt, and I have my little pair of scissors, and then I just have the yarn and the pattern I already drew on it, and it was just really easy to pick up and put down, and I'm just really happy with how it turned out. So it's been a while. I haven't done too much crafting since Christmas, but already I'm thinking I think there might be one person I don't have, but I already have all of my Christmas what I want to make planned out. So when I start packing up my yarn, what I might do is set aside the yarn that is for Christmas projects, and then put that in a separate box. I don't know. And I'm thinking of starting another crochet along. I'll pop up, this is a picture of the first one I did. This is done by Busy. She's a crochet designer. I'll pop her website or blog or whatever I get her newsletter from down below. But she has a Facebook group, and she does these huge inspired mandala blankets. And this is the first one I did. It was Christmas around the world, and I had a lot of fun doing it. I really enjoyed it. I definitely plan at some point my never-ending TBRs and never-ending to make lists. I have too many plans, guys. I have too many plans. But I want to make a circular pillow based off of the poinsettia that's the center in this blanket. And then I can have like a matching throw pillow to add to it, but it's super fun. And then the year after, so what is it? It is 2022. So, and then 2021, 2020. So this was the blanket in 2019. And then in 2020, she did a blanket that's inspired by Christmas songs. And so she had like a huge vote. And this is all in her Facebook group, but the link to that is in her webpage. But it was inspired by songs. But what was cool about 2020 is she released 2 different versions. So one of them is a Christmas blanket pattern and the other one is a tree skirt pattern. So I went with the tree skirt pattern because I've been planning on making my own tree skirt. But I have not finished that still. I got busy working on Christmas gifts, and then one of the ones that she had, I have it behind me. One of the songs that she did was I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. And it was, and I don't always do the colors that she suggests. The first one I did, I got as close as I could, except for the sweater portion. But let's see here, if I can pull this out. Technically it's a laundry basket that's been sitting back here. It has a lot of my ongoing projects in it. But I will just pull it out because it's right here on top. So this is my unfinished tree skirt. So this is what the section was I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. So it's got like little hippos that you cross stitch onto the crochet. And I decided to, because I like different Christmas music, I don't know, my favorites are different than what a lot of people's are, and some of them are, but a lot of my favorite Christmas songs didn't end up making the blanket. So I decided to create my own cross stitch for each of the different panels on the tree skirt. And I still have not finished them, but I stopped working on the tree skirt because I wanted to finish cross stitching that before it got too weighty. But so I will show you the panels I do have done, because apparently this is crafty show and tell. So this is, I don't know if you can tell, I did French knots in a coppery color. So this is from the Muppets Christmas album. And it's Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat. Please to put a penny in the old man's hat. So the goose are putting pennies in the old man hat. And then we had the hippos. And then one of my favorite Christmas, and then I also love John Denver's Christmas album. And my favorite song off that one is Aspen Glow. So I did an aspen tree with the sun going down behind it. And then one of my all-time favorite Christmas albums is Clint Black. And I have such vivid memories of listening to that album at Christmas time growing up. And of course, as kiddos, our favorite was Milk and Cookies. So I did a jar of milk and some chocolate chip cookies. And that is as far as I'm out. But I do have the rest of them marked. So this is like the edge of, I did like little scrap pieces of yarn. So this is the size of my canvas. And so I still need to finish that. But we've got all sorts of, but as you can tell, this is Rudolph. So we got the reindeer with the red nose. And then I can't remember, this is maybe walking in a winter wonderland or let it snow or something because it snowballs. And then between each one is red ruffles. I went with the red. And then this one, I can't remember what this one was. I feel like this one was like White Christmas or something. Or I can't remember. It's been a while since I've looked at this. And then these are Silver Bells. And that is as far as I gotten. So I still need to finish this. And like I mentioned earlier, I'm not on Facebook anymore. Or at least I don't really get on Facebook anymore. And I totally spaced to check Facebook for what she was doing last year. And last year she did like a vintage style Christmas blanket. And it was super cute, but I ended up not doing it, but that's fine. But in a newsletter she recently put... Oh, and I also added Jingle Bells, if you could not tell. She said that the theme for this year's blanket is gingerbread house. And I love gingerbread. That's one of my favorite Christmas cookies. It's just one of my favorite cookies, period. I am very excited. But she moved up the crochet along. So like I said, definitely if you're interested in joining, check out her stuff below. But it is, I feel like October 1st is when it's supposed to start, and then it wraps up like mid-November. I feel like in previous years it started like mid to late October, and then we wrapped up around the end of November or the beginning of December. And she just found a box that I had sitting over there that I moved. Oh, apparently I did this one too. And this is a boy and a girl kissing under the mistletoe. And this is also from the same Clint Black Christmas album. But I haven't crocheted in a while, but I definitely need to pick it back up. And I did make all of my cross stitch graphs. I don't know. I know one of them is Christmas Waltz by Frank Sinatra. Trying to see how many. I've got 3 that aren't here. Oh, I have one that's like a Christmas scene. That's like stockings by a fireplace and stuff. And then I want to say I think I tried to do one for Santa, You Are the One, which is one of my favorite Christmas songs. But I can't remember what the last 3 are. But I only have 3 left. So I just need to finish it. So maybe I'll work on this instead of other Christmas presents. I don't know. I've got too many ongoing projects. But yeah, so that's my Christmas tree. That's my exciting news. I will probably be joining her crochet along. I just need to get on Facebook and get all the deets because I need to figure out where the pattern's going to be posted and all that. But it's a really good supportive group. I mean, I haven't been in it for a couple of years, obviously, but it's also really fun because some people do, like, they'll still do all of the blanket patterns, but they'll do like monochrome or only 2 or 3 colors, and everybody has such different ideas. And I remember I posted that I was pausing and that I'd only done one section of the hippos so far because I wanted to do graphs for all my other songs, and everybody was like super supportive and excited in the group. And when I last was really using Facebook, that's what I used it for, was my crochet and crafting groups. But anyway, I've rambled on now for 20 minutes about crafts. I have too many passions. Or maybe not enough. So, let us do the fortune cooking box, and then we will talk about my books. So, it is Magic Awaits You. Ooh, that's fun. My goodness. So the extended collection launch party is August 26th at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live. So this is one of their quarterly ones. So we should have 5 scents instead of the normal 4. And one of these should be more full size. So I don't even know. Magic awaits you? We will see. And then they always design 4 stickers. If you do not know, I'll put Fortune Cookie Soap down below. This is their monthly box. They do at least once a month. They do scent collections of different bath and body products. The subscription box is $16.95 a month with free shipping, and it has, you also receive a $10 off of $25 purchase. That's good for a month, and this is a good way to test out scents and different kinds of their products. Since finding Fortune Cookie Soap, I only use their bath body products for the most part. I use different facial stuff because I have face. As you can tell, my skin is struggling here this summer, but I usually go with more clinical facial stuff. But I love their shampoo, I love their lotions, I love their perfume oil, and they are one of my favorite companies, and I'm always excited to get this box. So, and this is a great way to test out their scents. And we've got Fun Purple. All right, so they always design for each monthly collection 4 different stickers, and you get a sticker at random. And this is, I think, guys, I think this is going to be Encanto. It says, "You're the real gift, kid." I think this is going to be Encanto. Okay, I just got a lot more excited. Okay. Oh yeah. Yep. First product I see is fantastical and magical. This is definitely Encanto. So this is, let's see here. There we go. This is fantastical and magical. This is their whipped cream. I basically stopped using thinner lotions, and I pretty much just use either their whipped cream or their body milk. It is a thicker lotion, so it's definitely thicker. I love it. It soaks right in. It's super nice. Ooh. This is sweet, but it has a kick to it. It has like a little bit of a spiciness to it. I like that. I like that a lot. I like this first scent so far. Great. So let me read what the scent is. All right. Celebrate your many gifts with autumn cranberries, spiced pumpkins, juicy apples, and a little bit of clove. Truly enchanting. Well, no wonder I like it. Fall scents are my favorite scents. And if this is going to be like a more late summer fall scented set, I might need to be using my code. Oh, this smells so good. This scent is amazing. I would love this in shampoo. Okay, moving on. And it looks like we have 6 items in this box, so that's exciting. Their quarterly boxes are always larger, and they always have a live show. I'm excited. Okay, so we will do next Something True. Ooh, it's a petal perfume. So there is petals in here. I don't know if you can tell. So there's like actual flower petals in here. I have other petals perfumes from them. I love their perfume oils. I put on their perfume oils every morning. I love it. So this is Something True. So this is probably going to be more florally since it's a petal perfume. Got to get it going. We're going to go on the other side here. And I love these roller balls. You can tell. Ooh. I've smelled something similar to this. This smells like a perfume that my grandmother had. It's a little too florally for me, but it's not bad. Like, this would be one when I'm, oh my gosh, why are you tearing apart the tissue paper? You are so naughty. My goodness. It's a little more florally than I typically like to go, but I can see myself using this for like a lighter application if I'm just going out somewhere, like if I'm going out for like an hour for like a dinner or something like that, instead of full on perfume for the day. Okay. Something true. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be me. Crisp bergamot and perfectly perfect blackberries and ripe raspberries. See, and I just get the floral notes, which is weird because that's not in the scent description, but maybe it's from the actual petals in there. I don't know why I just sniffed this. I like it though. It's not bad. Probably like a 3.5, 4 out of 5 stars. This one was 5 stars. All right, we're gonna come in next. Here is Hola Casita Wax Tart. This is a pretty pink. They have changed up their wax tarts. They used to not be as highly scented as I like, which is why I started making my own wax tarts, but they've kind of changed up their formula a little bit, and so they last a little bit longer and have a bigger throw. Oh, this is definitely on the florally side again. I feel like there's a touch of sweetness in there too, but I can't tell if it's one or the other scents on my hands. That's the only bad thing about this, but let us see what the description is. I'd probably give that a 3.5-ish in the same range, maybe a little bit under the perfume. Hola Casita. In our darkest moment, we were given a miracle. The bright, juicy nectarine notes intertwine with a delicate, powdery lotus blooms and a creamy vanilla. Yeah, the lotus is what stands out to me, for sure. But with wax tarts, it's always hard to tell because once it gets hot, because like that'll be the cold throw, so who knows what the hot throw will be like. This is Bubble Brittle, Find the Vision. That's a pretty color. I've never seen Bubble Brittle before. So break off a little or as much bubble brittle as you'd like and simply place into a warm bath water for a tub full of luxury. Okay, so it's like, okay, it's definitely a lot harder than a bath bomb. So it's like a bubble bar, except hard. So not as crumbly. All right, so Find the Vision. Oh. That is very floral. Very, very floral. At first it like took me by surprise. I was like, ah! But there is a touch of like some darkness into it. Does darkness have it smell? It smells dark to me. Like it's florals, but then the more I sniff, the more I get a darkness to it. Like a musk or something a little more earthy than like flowers, if that makes sense. But let's see. Find the Vision. We don't talk about ... Dark Divana leaves. It starts with dark. Fresh honeysuckle, hidden rose petals, blended with creeping moss and rich dirt. Yep. All right. I always feel like super happy with myself when I get the scents like spot on. Okay, 2 more products left. Ooh, Hair and Body Shimmer Mist. And this is full of stars. And look at that. That is gorgeous. Super pretty. That is definitely, it looks like a mixture of mica and glitter, but maybe it's just straight mica. Because it's a shimmer mist, not glitter mist. And I have had glitter mist from them before. Okay, so Full of Stars. We'll see. I might have to spray it a little bit because a lot of the times when things like this just smell like alcohol to me out of the bottle, but we'll see. Yep, nope, that's just alcohol. Okay. Alright, let's try up here on my elbow. Get the pump going, get the pump going. Maybe. Well, did I do something funky when I pulled it out? No? No? Hello? Bueller? Bueller? It's not coming out! Just, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna do it on here because it's gonna be hard to show you my inner elbow. Whoa, look at that glitter. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. Okay, we'll do it on the other side of my arm. Look at that glitter. It actually does shimmer quite a bit. Whoa, that's fruity. I like that. I like that. That's definitely like tangerine or citrus, like not the normal citrusy. Like it's like citrus with a twist. So like mandarin oranges, tangerines, maybe even like apricots or something like that. But I am a huge fan of this smell. This smells amazing. All right, so Full of Stars. We see how bright you burn, we see how brave you've been. Now see yourself in turn. This is a real gift with island mango intertwined with tangerine and tropical fruit notes. Juicy orange, sweet dragon fruit, and creamy vanilla make this scent shine. I am a huge fan of that scent. 5 stars. All right, and then the last item is going to be their namesake. This will be Fortune Cookie Soap. And this is in the scent The Miracle Is You. It looks like it might be a yellow Fortune Cookie Soap. Alrighty. Ooh. Ooh, that's really pretty translucent. It looks like there's butterfly glitter in it. There's one of the butterflies. And then as you can see, they do usually have a fortune actually inside of them. It usually just has a quote or something. It's not like a real fortune, but maybe it's changed. But that's really pretty, so I can't tell. I'm getting... This is definitely florally, and I definitely can smell musk, but I'm getting like a tea scent? I don't know. Something earthy again, like tea, or what did that other one have, like moss or something, or dirt? It's definitely not just florals. I'm going to give this a 4-star, but the florals in here I feel like are a little more delicate in the scent. So this is something I can handle. So I'm going to give this one 4 stars out of 5. But let's see. That color is super fun. Super duper fun. I'm excited. Oh, let's see if I can get this back down in here. Okay. And put it all back together. Alrighty, so last one. Can I have this? Yeah, you were standing on it. Okay, all of you, the magic is you. A real blend of bright herbal tea with fresh lemon peel and intertwined with fresh jasmine and soft musk. Perfect, just like you. And that is all that's in this box. This is turning to be a freaking long clip, but it's fine. It's fine. I had things to talk to you people about. So This is, I feel like how their boxes normally go for me, where I have a couple scents I love, a couple that are like good and I'll use them. I might not necessarily buy them, like I enjoy this one, but I don't know if I'd buy, like it's a 4-star and I will use this and I will enjoy this, but I don't know. I try to just buy products in the sense I give a full 5 stars to, just because I know I will love them. But I can see, depending on the product, if I need something little, like getting a perfume oil of this, or something along those lines, something smaller. But yeah, so these two were my favorites. I absolutely love these smells. This one is probably my favorite of the box, with the fall vibes and the clove and the cranberries. This is giving me autumn vibes and I cannot wait. I mean, I saw last week when I went grocery shopping that International Delights had their pumpkin creamer in my local store. And yes, I'm already on my second bottle because, well, I bought my second bottle when I went grocery shopping earlier today. I haven't finished the other one, but I haven't finished my normal summer one is I just get their caramel macchiato. And I saw that pumpkin spice. I could not grab it fast enough. And yes, I am basic, but I love pumpkin spice. I love spices. When I make like pancakes, I tend not to just do straight pancakes. I like to do spiced pancakes. One of my favorite is cinnamon and nutmeg pancakes, but sometimes I'll do like the pumpkin spice, like the pumpkin pie spice mixture, and then I'll doctor it so so that has like allspice and cloves and ginger, and I like spice, and that is definitely my favorite scent. So I'm very excited. They don't always have the same products in every single scent, but for a lot of their products that they have, like the shampoos and the lotions and a lot of their like mainline products that are like the product itself, they'll have either naked sales, which is what they call their scentless products, or they'll do a create your own scent where you can mix your scents and order them where they can create, like you create your own scents, and it's based off of scents that they've done before. Or what I like to do is, if there's scents that I really, really love, like the shampoo I'm currently using is Blood Donors Please See the Count, which is one of their Dracula inspired ones. And it is one of my favorite scents. It is so good. It's got that spice, it's got that fruitiness, and it's just so good. And I went at the last shampoo create your own event. I just did that scent. I was like, I don't need to create my own. Just make me shampoo in that scent. And I ordered a couple bottles of that and their deep conditioner. But I love this company. I cannot recommend them more. If you like buying Bath and Body products from small businesses, they run the full gamut. And the only thing, I wish I had a bath, because I keep getting bath teas and bath salts and bath brittle now and bath bombs, and I don't have a tub, and I miss taking baths so much. It has been years since I've been able to take a bath. But hopefully my new place will have a bath. So this clip is so long. All right. I'm going to keep going. So, I have not read too much of Her Unexpected Roommate. I was going to read before Big Brother tonight, and I ended up falling asleep because I was up way too late last night. But thankfully, I set a timer to remind me to watch Big Brother because I didn't want to get distracted again and miss it. And then, anyway. So, I am only 24% of the way through, but I am loving it so far. I'm very much enjoying it. I'm not very far in, but there was a scene where I think I mentioned when I started it that it starts off with some banging, and Rose is having a one-night stand, and he invites her to spend the night, and she stays, and she struggles with insomnia and with depression, and she could not fall asleep, and she's like, it's been 3 hours and I still haven't fallen asleep. other women fall asleep with like when they get orgasms, and I cannot sleep. And so she's kind of spiraling a little bit, which if I can tell you the amount of times I have laid in bed and tried to go to sleep, but my mind just won't stop. She is so freaking relatable to me. But so she's like, okay, he's kind of snoring and I'm not used to it. And the bed's different and it's not uncomfortable, but it's like an uncomfortable situation because it's not something she's used to. And so she doesn't have the normal things around her that help her get a good night's rest. And so she's like, I wasn't able to take my antidepressant before bed because I didn't take it with me because I wasn't planning on having a one night stand with some dude. And so she doesn't quite have her normal blankets, and she has some plushies that she usually hugs I have a plushie cat that I still use. And I sleep with it. Yes, I still sleep with my plushie stuffed cat, but it is the perfect thickness to sit. I'm a side sleeper, and it's the perfect thickness to like put here and support my neck, because otherwise I find myself sleeping on my arms. And there have been times where I just completely conk out, and I will like wake up in the middle of the night and my arm is numb, and I'll move and I can like feel the blood going back into my arm because I've cut off the circulation to it because of the way I was sleeping. So that definitely helps my neck and my shoulder. And so I totally am like, I feel you, Rose. I feel you, Rose. And I'm just waiting for this book to gut me. But I know it's going to come. But I trust Jackie Lau, and I know she's going to make it all better. But I feel like this is going to be one of her more angstier reads. And I'm not the biggest fan of angst, but I trust Jackie Lau. I trust her. So I am enjoying it. And it was super cute too because she couldn't sleep. Oh my gosh, why am I just going on and on? I need to stop talking at you. But so she goes out. She decides to go out to try to sleep on his couch because like his snoring isn't loud, but it has a tone that she's not used to. And she tried snuggling with him, but he's too warm for her and too big for her. And so she goes out to kind of try to fall asleep on the couch, and then her mind starts spiraling because she still is uncomfortable. And then she starts crying, and he comes out, and oh my gosh, he was just so sweet. He's like, what do you need? What is everything okay? I'll take you home. Give me a minute to like wake up. I can drive you home. And she's like, no, it's fine. And so, oh my God, she's like, do you have a fan or a white noise maker or something? Which, let's be honest, Rose, you need to download whatever white noise you like to your phone, because when the internet's down or I'm in a place where I don't have Wi-Fi internet and I don't want to use my data, I definitely have a 3-hour thunderstorm white noise track on my phone that I have in like my personal Spotify thing that I can put on and put the sleep timer on, but it's only 3 hours. And if I can't have, because I usually use my Alexa for white noise, but if I don't have access to her or Wi-Fi to do it via my phone, I have that track. So that is very important, Rose. But he has a little teddy bear with a Blue Jays jersey on it. And so he gives her that, and he's like, I have a little fan. So he puts on the fan, and it's enough to take that extra little tone that's bothering her about his snore away. And he's just like, okay, cool, whatever. He doesn't disparage her. He doesn't treat her like there's something wrong with her. He doesn't treat her any differently. He's just like, okay, can you go to sleep now? And she's like, I should be able to. And then he just goes to bed. He's like, okay, whatever. He's just so go with the flow. And oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. 24% in, and I'm loving it. So, all right. Let's do the quest calendar, and hopefully we will not hit 1 hour on this update, but we are already at 49 minutes. Could I pare things down more? Probably. Will I maybe try to cut some of my rambling about craft stuff out? Maybe. Maybe when I'm searching for stuff. So there might be cuts that you just saw. But anyway, I will stop. Let's focus. Quest calendar. We got through the gate. We did not manage to pick the lock, so we climbed over, but we made it over successfully. And we are approaching the castle. Oh, we are in the castle. We are not approaching the castle. Of course. Of course. It's a long update, so what do we need? A freaking map. These always take forever. Okay, but that's fine. It's fine. We're fine. It's all fine. All right, so we are in the castle. So, like normal, we will start at the S, and then I'm sure we will have to make our way through each of the rooms until we end up at the star. But let's see what it says. So this is called Castle Sangue. Sangue sounds fancier. So this is the first floor. You have made it into the castle. It is quite large. There are many rooms to search and many possible dangers lurking about. And this is only the first floor. How many floors are we going to travel? All right, freely visit any rooms in the castle, beginning at the S for start, and make your way to the N labeled with a star. Resolve each room you visit before choosing your next. Okay, so we are starting at the S, and then we will be doing 5 first, because I'm guessing it's this fountain. Then I'll probably look at 1, so we'll do 5 and then 1 to look at these rooms. Let me see where I can see doorways. Okay, so then we'll go into... I'm trying to see how this looks. Alright, so it looks like the doorway is here into this room, and there's stairs here, so this is like a little dais, maybe like a throne area or something. So we've got this big tiger rug, and then these rooms come off of it, but they aren't numbered. So I'm assuming maybe 5 is all together, or maybe 3 is all this, but then there's a doorway here to get into the dining area, which is, I'm assuming, what this is. And then we will come down, and we'll come out here, and we'll go to 2, and then we'll come down and go through 4, and then we'll end up in this corner, which is the star, which I'm assuming is going to take us up or down a level. So we will go 5, 1, 3, 2, 4. All right, so let's just get to it, and I will get out my dice now, just in case, and I'm just gonna dump them out because who knows what's gonna happen. Even though we might just need our D20. But all right. Number 5. As you cross the courtyard, you hear a screeching howl as a shadow falls over you. You pause and look up to see a stone gargoyle descend to defend the castle. It lands with a loud crunch before letting out a battle cry and charging at you. So roll D20 plus attack, then damage. Alrighty, so our attack is a plus 10. And I rolled a 19. All right, so we are 29. At 16 or more, we hit the gargoyle. Our damage is 2d12 plus 3. So we have a 4 and a 2. That wasn't too great of a roll. So 6 plus 3, so we are 9 damage. Okay, if you hit and your damage roll is 10 or more, the gargoyle dies. Well, our damage was not. If you missed or the enemy did not die, it claws and bites you with stone teeth and talon. So our armor is 16. So that is 17 or less. So we take 3 health damage. Wow. Okay. All right. So we will definitely, at the end of today's events, take a health potion. Well, that, even though we hit, did not go swimmingly. Alright, I'm gonna move this over here. So we are at 8 damage. Alrighty. So then, room number 1. Oh. Okay, I guess that's a courtyard, so it's open, but whatever. Alright. You pass the gate and come to the guardhouse. You ponder why no guard stopped you from trespassing. Because we just fought a gargoyle. Perhaps they thought the magically sealed gate was sufficient. You take a look inside and discover the place is dusty and full of cobwebs. No one has been in here for months or even years. Roll a d20 plus intellect, reminder, investigator, and our intellect is a 0. So, that's a d12. Let's roll the 20, not the 12. That is a 12. That's weird. Alright, if the result is 11 or more, along with a long dead skeleton, you find an old silvered sword worth 10 gold. Fun. Alright. Okay. So then up to 3. You find an enormous banquet hall with an ornate wooden table stretching across the entire room. A feast of foods is strewn out over the table. You see meats, cheeses, wines, fruits, and pastries. A dozen chairs are seated at the table, and each one has a place setting, yet there is no one in sight. Do you decide to sample some of the food? No. Nope. Nope. Alrighty, so we will move on. Alright, number 2. You find a door to a cellar below the castle. You descend into the cold and mildewy darkness. In the far corner, you discover a large pile of rotting corpses swarming with flies. Alrighty, another intellectual reminder, investigator. And that one is a 14. Alrighty. If the result is between 8 and 14, these bodies have been here for a while. They are dried out as if their bodies were drained of fluids. You find 4 gold amongst the corpses. Guys, are we dealing with vampires? This might be my favorite world if this is a vampire world. I'm just saying. Alright. So, cool. 4 gold. You're up to 14 extra gold. Then room number 4, and that will be it. You enter the kitchen and pantry rooms of the castle. There isn't a servant to be seen. You spot a rat scurrying away, and it appears thin and malnourished. Intellect reminder, investigator. And that is a 13. Okay, if the result is between 8 and 16, you manage to find 1 bottle of aged wine. And the next result is 17 or more, so I could use 4 points. I have 5 staff points, but that's a lot of points. So I'm just going to leave it how it is. And then we are down at the star. So I will get another bottle of aged wine added to my inventory. I believe we already have 1 or 2. And then I can just look. I will need to add 14 gold. But while we are at the end of the day, I'm going to take a health potion. So let me scroll to the front. I say scroll. We're not scrolling. All right. Aged wine. Okay. Nope, we did not have any aged wine. So, I need my blue marker. I will mark that we have 1 aged wine. So, health potion. So we have a health potion, which is 2d4 health, or a greater health potion, which is 2d8 health. And I think stuff smeared on this. All right. We have 8 damage. So I'm going to do the 2d4 because 2d8 is going to be too much. So I'm going to roll my 2d4 just so you can see me heal. And that is a 3 and a 3. So 6 health restored. So we're down to just 2 damage. I'm fine with that. Alrighty, so I will get everything marked and I will stop talking at you because we are currently at 59 minutes and counting, and we are keeping this under an hour as close as I can. So I will see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Hopefully this vlog isn't going to be super long. I'm sorry if it is. Hello. Happy Friday. We made it through the week. Another week down. And I am starting to freak out. I still have not found a place. I've talked to several people this week, and so far nothing has turned out, but I did manage to see my brother and his girlfriends this past weekend, like you saw in the beginning of the vlog, and they said if I have to, I can stay in their spare bedroom until I can find a place. I just have to figure out what I need to do with all of my stuff, so I'm going to be paring things down. So I might be paring down videos until I can find a place and start really recording, but I want to at least keep doing my weekly vlogs for the quest calendar and just touching base on what I'm reading. But I know that'll be a lot on top of trying to, like, I would feel weird being in a different place and ignoring them all to film my stuff, but we'll see what happens. That's my last resort. Hopefully I can find a place, but I will be doing more this weekend, and also I need to start packing because even though it doesn't feel as late in the month as it is late in the month. And next weekend I wanted to have everything possibly packed that I could. So I was not able to read very much of Proof by Seduction last night. I did watch Big Brother. Or not Proof by Seduction. Oh my gosh, I finished that book. Her Unexpected Roommate. I did not get very far in that. I'm still only 30% in. I'm still enjoying it. Big Brother was 2 hours long last night, and then I ended up just kind of crashing, and I was kind of disappointed with the twist. I was very excited. And the only thing that would have screwed up the twist is if they let them pick their own teams when they split the house, and they told them the twist before the HOH competition, so they were able to talk to each other and kind of formulate plans between the commercial breaks. And apparently the two guys that won the HOHs were talking to each other a little bit separate from the rest of the house. So I'm like, the point of this twist being so amazing and who knows what's going to happen is that nobody was able to communicate with each other and knew what was going to happen. So they kind of ruined it, but we will see what happens. So there are going to be 2 smaller, because there's only 5 people in each side, 2 Big Brother games running for the next week, and this is how they're doing the double eviction. But they also are changing the episode length. The next 3 episodes are going to be 1 hour long. And let's be honest, this last Sunday one, I was expecting the first hour to be the veto and the eviction, and then the second hour doing this twist. The person didn't get evicted till an hour and a half in. I was like, this is ridiculous. We didn't need a 2-hour time slot for this. And then we didn't even get to see who was split up in the houses. But my boss is a subscriber to their streaming service, so she pulled it up today at work, and they were all still sleeping, but we were trying to figure out who's who based on the cameras. So we were looking outside, and I was like, well, we figured out 4 out of the 5, so there's 1 more. But then we checked Reddit, and we were able to figure out who the last one was. So oh gosh. But anyway, I have not read very much of Her Unexpected Roommate, so I'm hoping I can finish it. Probably not tonight. It's already almost 10 o'clock. I don't know where the time goes, but I was filming my mid-month wrap-up earlier today. So I've been editing and working on that. So because that has to go up tomorrow. But I was hoping to finish her unexpected roommate so I could include that in my mid-month wrap-up, but I should have just done it yesterday. But whatever. Moving on. So yesterday we were exploring Castle Sangwe. I still don't know how to say it. So we finished the first floor and we ended up at the stairs. So let's see what will happen today. I'm assuming we're going up to I was gonna say floor 2, but we've got skellies. Okay, so it looks like 4 skeletons based on, and yes, I call them skeletons. It's because of Jack Skellington. They're skeletons. I know this. So it looks like there's 4 of them, just attack and damage, but let me read the blurb. You make it onto the stairs and you hear a click-clack sound from above. It grows louder as you climb upward. Click-clack, click-clack. You look to find armed skeletons coming after you. Whoo boy. Alrighty. So, I have all my dice out. We've got 4 skeletons, so let's just get into it. So, our attack is a +10. If we get to roll damage, it's a d12 plus 3. Or 2d12 plus 3. So, let's just get to it. So, attack number 1 is a 17 on the die, so we are at 27. And we needed a 17 or more to hit. So, we hit. So, let me roll damage. And that is 4 plus 11. Wow. So 18 damage. So the skeleton dies. On to skeleton number 2. Ooh, 18 on the die. So we're 28. And this one was a 16 or more. So we hit. And then damage is, it rolled, is a 10 plus 2. So 12. So 15 damage. We needed 12 damage to kill this skeleton number 2. On to skeleton number 3. That is a 16. That's crazy. We rolled 17, 18, and now 16. Weird. So 26. Skeleton 3 is a 17 or more, so we do hit. So damage is a 6 and an 8. Plus 3, so we are at 17, and we needed 13 or more damage to kill the skeleton. So on to the final one, number 4, and that is a 7, so 17 to hit. Ooh, that might cut it close, and this one is a 16, so perfect. We do hit the final one, and damage is 8 and 8, so 16, so 19 total damage. And this one needed 13 or more to die. So we killed all 4 skellies. So we collect 4 gold. And so I will get that on my character sheet. But otherwise, that is it for week 33. I think it's 33. Let me check. Yes. Week 33. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry yesterday's clip was so long, but there was a lot happening. So thank you for staying with me through this very long vlog. I've been trying to pare them down, but sometimes a lot of stuff hits at once and then I get going on a rant, even if it's a good rant, like with my crafting stuff. But anyway, let me know how your week was. If you're interested in anything, if you're a crafter, let me know what crafts you do. I'm always happy to find new crafting friends and see what they're into, because while I stick to mainly yarn crafts, I do a lot of different kinds of crafts. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all very, very soon. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff if you'd like to. But otherwise, have a great day.